Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's pin ourselves. Oh my gosh. It's incredible.
Everybody, say hi to Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Party people.
I bet you got some fans, Chris, on
That's right.
on YouTube.
They're like, oh, that guy, man, every week.
I think this would be called like Erica, Rocky, and Chris at this point.
Yeah, I think so.
So I'm just gonna go ahead. Actually, I just want to take my spotlight out for a second, just because I want everyone at home to see this amazing Golden Girls, right? Like themed. You can't tell by it, but Rocky's staying in a Golden Girls themed Airbnb, and it has this incredible wall that they painted green, and it's making this really cool, green screen effect. And then it's just like, I love this idea of having a huge space and then a small, like, moving screen like this.
Isn't this cute? Let me show you without it. Just like, this is naturally what they put in here.
Yes.
Look at this with this one on it. It looks
I like so
cool.
That's
amazing.
That might be the one. That's insane. I love it.
California is great. California is really great.
You may never come home.
More than just this Airbnb, like everything about it is great.
Everything. But down the street from this place, there's a health center that's flying a trans flag, and it's you can get free HIV tests in there, and it's a community center as well, and it's got a really cool LED sign, and it's got all these like really radical queer signs. It's great.
Everybody?
Huh?
Everybody, Jen, in LA?
Oh, it's not a gym. It's like a clinic, like a clinic and a community center, like where you can go get like healthcare and shit. Like, what, can you believe it? Unbelievable.
Amazing. So different from like Ashwell, or like you can also hang out there and stuff.
Yeah, it looks like it's like an expansion, like if Ashwell had its own, thing. If I get close, this thing goes haywire, but if I stand over here, it's good. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like Ashwell, but with a community center attached.
Amazing. So you know me, I went ahead and did not plan ahead for our music choices. But Epidemic Sound, when you are a member, just for those of you that are thinking about having some music that's copyright free, is a monthly charge. They recommended some music based on my YouTube, which seems crazy. I went in there and manipulated stuff. I don't know what it is. Probably a robot. So how does that sound level-wise? Can you hear me?
Sounds good. Your mic is cutting in and out. I'm not sure if mine is too. Chris, what do you think?
I can hear Rocky's. I agree. Erica's was starting to cut out when she stepped away from the.
That's perfect. That's because Rocky has the right mic plugged into his computer, and I was using my computer mic. How's it sound now?
Yes,
perfect.
Both of you.
All right. Well, Rocky planned the whole workout today, which is such a luxury, and I'm just going to do some modifications on the side. So, Rocky, why don't you get us started? I might even just spotlight you at first and then add myself so I can see you better myself.
Absolutely. So today we're going to focus on a full body check-in. It's happy 2022, everyone. This workout is designed to get us moving. So we're going to just start by just moving side to side. We typically will start with Erica dancing, but today we're just going to warm up together, check in on all our body parts, make sure everything's moving and grooving. We'll do some strength, some flexibility, and we'll just try to, generally check in. I hope you're feeling good. Don't forget to have water, a place that's soft to be hanging around, and meet me on your mat going side to side. We're just starting with our legs first, moving side to side, go ever wider. If you're not a stepper, you can be a mover and a groover like Erica.
Well, I gotta say, so far this disco jam is right up my alley.
It's working. It gets you. Epidemic Sound. That's why I'm a member. They get you.
You're a member too?
I'm a member too. Yeah, I love Epidemic Sound. I use it for my YouTube videos. So what you're gonna do is You're going to start stepping 2 times to one side, 2 times to the other side. That's it. And I want you to also start going into a little squat. You can step up if you want to, but just go into a little squat. And you go to those sides. You can go up and down, start checking in on those quads. Woo! In 2022, we listen to our bodies. We stand up when we got to stand up. We take a break when we got to take a break. Protect them knees, them joints. Keep that core always engaged, but not too engaged. Let those breathe, those little organs breathe in there, okay?
I just can't. I just got to move my body the way it wants to move, Rocky.
Sometimes you got to do that. You got to go into this little bit of a full body flail, I think they call it, the technical term.
That's when you know that the music's right. It's tight.
That's it, exactly. Right. Stand on up, and if you can, let's go ahead and swing our arms side to side like this, crossing one arm on top and in front. And then when you get a break, when you get a chance, stop, hold the arm, squeeze for a moment, and let go. Continue swinging. You can also take this time to flip the feet so that you're stretching the front of your leg here by dropping the toes back and kind of stretching the top of the toes, top of the foot. So you're swinging your legs, swinging your arms, balancing on one leg. You got the toes crunched behind you, getting a little bit of a stretch in the front of that leg, bottom leg.
Oh, yeah. That hurts. That hurts.
It's a little bit sensitive, especially if you wear a lot of sandals or open-toed stuff. Sometimes you forget to stretch the other way. You get locked. If you sleep on your belly, you might also have this issue. Go ahead and move into some arm circles backwards. You can start with one arm first or both. You can start with mini circles, but keep stretching the front of those toes. Move the body in ways you don't normally. Keep a small bend in this balance leg and span the toes out nice and wide. Big wide base for you.
God. I wonder if my toenails are too long or something.
Your toenails? Your toenails have compromised your integrity of your stance. That's how you know it's time to buy some toenail clippers, folks.
I thought I'd chewed them off, but
awful. That's fantastic. Okay, so this time bend the feet back the other way. So you're kind of pressing the toes into the earth like this and bending the foot back. So it's kind of like this, where you're bending your knee, almost like you're doing a lunge, but your toes are getting the stretch, okay? And change the direction of your arm circles to go forward. Both arms are fine. 2 arms are fine. This is a gentle warm-up, a little different than our dance warm-up for 2022, where we start nice and chill. Been a while since we've been doing these Rocky Power times. Oh yeah, don't forget to switch sides. Really fan those toes out. Use the mat or the ground to spread the toes apart and down and stretch the back of them. When's the last time you stretched the back of your toes? Think about it. This music is excellent. It's really, really good.
Oh, God. Yeah,
so now we're going to find ourselves a nice stance. This is something I really love that Erica does. It's the bounce method, where we start with our head and we just bounce the head. But this time, look left and right. Yeah. Back to center. The other side. Good. Bring your shoulders up to your ears, but keep bouncing your head. And now bounce the shoulders with your head. Let the arms flap, flail, flounder by your side. If your back is hurting right now, that's a cue to bend your knees a little more. Spread the toes out, widen your stance. Get those feet wider than your hips. And now let's reach down and tap the side of our quads, side of our legs, patting them with our hands or fists, light fists. Waking up the side body, super important part of the body that we forget about. Lateral moves, super important. Really feel this top part of this, the bottom part of your rib go towards the top part of your hip. Really engage that when you're hitting the side. Really engage. Wake it up. And now we're arching forward and back. Kind of like a shimmy forward and a shimmy back. There it is. Keep your balance here. Don't go too far on your toes, too far on your heels. Find the perfect middle so your bottom half is planted firmly in the ground like a tree. Let your chin touch your chest and then look into the sky. Really exaggerate. Good job. Don't move too hard. Kind of move gently. Gently, loosely. Now wiggle those hips. Step the hip side to side. How waggy can you get them hips? How waggy? There it is. There it is. You don't just have the side to side. You wish. You also got the front to back. There it is. Keep those knees nice and bent. Sit all the way back. Feel the hamstrings come on. Good job. Hamstrings are going to start to come in and stretch as you lean forward. And then you can bend the knees and just turn them off. Good job. Between the quads tensing and the hamstrings catching you from falling forward. That's what you're doing. Quads tense when you lean back. Hamstrings tense when you lean forward. There you go. And now you're a prize horse. You're a prize horse. So you're just kicking this leg forward and back, as if you're a prize horse that's tapping out like a math problem. What's 2 + 2? 1, 2, 3, 4. And a neigh and a shake. And the other side, you're a prize horse. Look at your gorgeous coat. You're on the promenade.
Oh my God, you do look like a prized horse right now.
I was a prize horse in my last life.
Yes. So
all right, now we're going to sexy dip. Sexy dips mean we use our thighs, right? And we're going to sexy dip to one side, sexy dip to another side, small bend in the knees, sexy dip to one side, sexy to the other. If you might notice that some of these look like Erica's moves. That's because we're priming some of the moves we do often with Erica that we sometimes don't even stretch. We don't even stretch ourselves out for. We just get into it. Now both sides spread, and you're dropping down, and you're slowly coming up. Toes are up to the sky, pressing inner thigh out, pressing the knees away, bending and sitting back and standing up. Let the core fall forward. Okay, don't flatten the back. Let the core naturally fall forward, then take a little bit of sway out of the back and sit the chest up. Okay? Sit first, stabilize, and then work on the core and the upper shoulder. Good work. Now we should be warm. I got a little bit of sweat on my brow. I don't know if you can see, but I got a little bit. That's what we want, right? A little bit. So we're going to stand still now. We're going to body scan. Close your eyes or keep them very thin so you can barely see a little bit of light. Start at the top of your head. The breath is going. Your heart rate is going. Notice the sensation at the top of your head and scan down. Check the body. Anything not warm. Maybe my jaw feels tense. Maybe my neck still feels tense, dropping down through the ears and the neck, dropping the shoulders away, dropping the arms down, relaxing the fingertips. Relax your fingernails. The chest breathes deeply and expands and then relaxes. Breathe out deep into the belly, expanded, and then relax and constrict. Scan down the thighs, release the glutes, engage the glutes, release the glutes. Scan down through the quads, scan down through the calves, scan to the feet. Are we ready? I am ready.
I think the playlist thinks we're ready.
Heck yeah, great. First move we're gonna do active hamstring stretch. Here's how we do that. We're bending forward So we're starting with our arms above our head. We're falling forward very slowly, bending the hips, falling forward, grabbing our toes. Index fingers grab around the big toe. Step on your index fingers. Push the chest a little bit up so that it's parallel with the ground. Bend the knees deeply. You're in a frog squat. If you can go all the way down without the heels coming up, that's an option. You can go a little lower until the heels come up. That's your first position. Get those feet nice and wide. And then you're straightening the legs and dropping the head, top of the head to the ground. Stretching the back of the legs, then bending and straight. And do this over and over, starting to move at a little bit more of a faster pace, okay? Fall forward. You can look up, but try to look just straight down at the ground and keep the neck relaxed. Woo! This will start to lengthen a little bit more. Try to focus on keeping the heels on the ground. Complete the movement. Get in movement 1 first, then straighten the legs, head down, movement 2. A few more of these. Good job. Woo! Confirm that core is still holding a little bit more tight. It's not loose, it's not fully engaged. Halfway. A few more. Give me 3 more here. 3, 2, 1. Walk that off. Good job. Stand up. Make sure you catch your breath. We're moving into another position that is plank position. So
I tried to modify for the lesser flexible here, but I gotta tell you, the squat part was hard.
The squat part?
Well, the modification that I made was maybe easier for flexibility, but maybe not easier for the squats. Just so you know.
Good to know. My knees give up on squats all the time. We're going to move into our runner stretch. So to get in a runner stretch, you need to be in a plank position. That starts hands and knees on the ground. Place your hands just under your shoulders. Your fingers are widely splayed and fanned out. Tuck those toes under so that you're in a hands, knees, and toes touching the ground situation. Then reach 1 foot back and the other foot back to plank, or reach 1 foot back and the other foot back. Turn the toes down so you're in a half plank. That's position 1. The next position is bringing 1 foot forward so that your foot is next to one pinky, like this. That is a runner stretch or a low lunge with your hand on the ground. Some people feel like they have to have a completely straight toe going forward. You can let that thing be wherever it needs to be to feel comfortable. The stretch is into the back of the leg and into the front of the leg that's straight back. You're marching between that and the other side. Go back and forth between this stretch, or go back and forth between the half stretch, which I think Erica's doing the full plank, and I'm
using block.
Oh.
So that and I'm doing the runner stretch with my back knee down.
Love it.
Cool. So you can piece these together however you like. But it is a full plank.
Oh, this is an incredible stretch, I think, for the front of the hips. Sometimes if you raise your chin towards the sky, you can get a little bit more stretch through the abs. A few more here. Give me 3 more. If you're in that plank, you can go ahead and start to relax down. If you're in the full plank, if you're in a half plank, give me 3 more. And go ahead and come back to a standing position, nice and slow. Stand up, shake that off. Back to your arm swings. Good job. Today, these planks will come in handy. Go ahead and do a little bit of wrist circles. These planks will come in handy for our push-ups. So if you're feeling a little bit in the joints here, use Erica's trick. Grab you some yoga blocks now, or even books or any elevated rolled up towels, okay? All right, the next thing we're doing, pike to plank. Going back to our pike to plank, but you can use an elevated surface. I have one here. Pike to plank, just downward dog and plank. Here's a plank. Here's my downward dog. If I'm elevated, my core engaged, my shoulders are engaged, and I'm staying a couple of seconds in each position. This is strengthening my shoulder mobility and load bearing. It's also strengthening my plank so that I can do these other moves. So go ahead and do a few of those. This is your last warm-up move. Do anything else you need to do. If it's child's pose, if you need to thread the needle, do whatever you need to do to begin strength workouts or pike plank with us. Yeah. Focus on the breath, focus on bending the knees to get into a great position on the down dog, and pedal those knees back and forth to stretch the heel towards the ground. Spread the hands nice and wide. Take up all the space you need in this position. We're almost done here. Give me a few more. Let's call it 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and go to hands and knees, and if you'd like, just sit back on the kneeling position for a moment. Do another body scan. We are about to move into push-ups. We're gonna do 1 full minute of push-ups. You're gonna count how many you do. Erica, do you have a timer or should I get mine?
I can get mine. It's right here.
Oh, good. Yeah, I would like us to count our push-ups. This is just for you at home to keep an idea of where are you on 2022? How many push-ups can you do in a minute, okay? Narrow push-up. We're keeping our push-ups, our hands right under our shoulders. We can go half push-up, full push-up. You're going down nice and slow, loading, and then powerful up to the top. That's 1, okay? Erica, I'm ready when you are.
All right, 1 minute and go.
Keep count, keep a good pace. Don't forget your breath. You're in a race against yourself and not each other. Your rest break is Crocodile Pose. If you need a rest break, one hand on top of the other, forehead on top of the hands.
10 more seconds.
On the mat. Or back into your push-ups.
And done.
Woo! Go ahead and take your arms, put them out like your super person. Super person is flying through the air. You can put your forehead on the ground, or you can put your chin on the ground so that you're stretching your low back and your deep core. Top of the feet are pressed into the earth behind you. Breathe deeply into your back body. It means you're expanding the back ribs. At your breath, start to work your arms out to the side as if you're making the letter T with your body. Bend one side as if you're about to press yourself up and onto your side, but keep the other arm straight ahead. So you're stretching the front of your shoulder by bending, straightening the other side, arch your pose. You're pushing away, lifting the chest up, looking over your shoulder, stretching the back, stretching the front of the shoulder and the back and forth between this move. It's almost like a little mini half side push-up. Relax your jaw and your head and neck. Be a rag doll with your head and neck. A few more pushes on each side. Good job. Your heart rate should be almost to a reasonable level. You should feel pretty stretched in this front of your shoulders and your low back. Push yourself back up into tabletop, hands and knees. We're doing some spine circles, recovery. Spine circles like you're a jump rope. Someone's jump roping with your spine. You can go either direction you need to. Really exaggerate with the head as well, moving in the same direction as the spine. Top of the head and spine, same direction. This can look a little bit ataxic where it doesn't all work together. The head and the spine can move separate. The pelvis can move separate. But I want you to get some spinal mobility if you're not catching my drift. The jump rope analogy is just to help you with the shape, but it is generally a cat-cow with a circle.
I'm just going crazy over here.
In each direction. What'd you say?
I was just going crazy. I was
Just going.
making love with the air.
It feels so good to me. I don't know. I just love that move. Okay. All right. Okay. What else we got? So the next thing we're doing is the Renegade Row. It's also in a push-up position. It's the last thing in the push-up position, I think. Yep. Okay, so we're doing Renegade Row. What it is a push-up, but when you're in the push-up position, now you're going one-handed. So one arm, one elbow is going up towards the back. So it looks like this. Like your push-up is only on one side, but what you're doing is you're staying in the top plank, and then like imagine you're pulling a dumbbell up towards your chest. That's kind of what you're doing is a Renegade Row, where you're kind of testing your ability to be on one hand. And that'll come in handy later. So it's like this, trying not to sway the body too much, keeping both hips down, facing down, and you're just bringing that elbow back behind you. If you don't like that on your wrists, then I don't blame you. Just take a little bit of a break, go to your knees. We're gonna do that again for one solid minute. Y'all ready?
All right. And go. Shit. Go ahead. The soundtrack ended. I gotta add in the some of the old ones I liked.
Oh,
You know
we
what
need
they
music.
are. I know. It's that Bonkers. Bonkers is my favorite.
Bonkers.
They're so cute. The Bonkers Beat Club. I've yet to find one I like better. All right. So we're halfway done with that.
There you go. There you go. Your break on this one is to go back into child's pose, hips to your heels, reaching the arms ahead, forehead to the ground. You're doing a great job, everybody. This is Sparta.
And 1 minute's done.
Good work. You can go back into child's pose, or if you prefer, you can lift up into kneeling, and you can go into cow pose, pressing one hand into one hip, pushing forward, pressing the other side into the other hip, pushing forward through the glutes, and lifting the chest to the sky. This is camel pose. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and the elbows together. Camel pose is really great after you do a lot of front body movement. Expand the chest with every breath and breathe in for 3 seconds. Hold at the top and let it out with a big yawn. Another big 3-second inhale. Hold at the top. Hold it. Hold it. Let it out. Big yawn. Good job. Go ahead and stand up for me. Walk it off here. Walk it off a bit, y'all. We got to get these wrists going again. The next move is a little bit difficult for me to demo, but I'm going to see if Erica can do it. That'd be great.
All right.
So it's called a reverse plank reach. And the idea is behind, like if y'all ever played that crab game in middle school, you're getting into a crab position and then you're extending the legs to be in a plank. And then you're just reaching one arm up to the sky. Sounds simple, doesn't it? Sounds doable, doesn't it? I'm gonna give you a moment to see how doable this is on your body. Options are to stay in crab mode. Lift up, stay in crab. Huh?
I got, okay. And then it's kind of like the opposite of what we just did.
Yeah, and then you just lift to the opposite knee or lift up to the sky, opposite side.
Oh, it's like that dance move in the 80s.
That's right.
Yes.
Okay, we're doing that for 1 minute. You can try to straighten your legs and that'll be the exact move. Or do what Erica just did. So
straighten your legs is so hard.
I know.
I don't think I can do that.
And then you reach.
Wow. All right, I'll try it. Let me see really quick. All right. So
another heel
like
and reach.
Oh, I did it.
Oh yeah.
All right, I'll try it. You do bent. I'll try straight.
All right, let's go.
But I might go down to bent real soon. And go.
Oh my gosh. Really be careful. Make sure you're positioned before you try to reach. Readjust often. Woo! Incredible stretch on the bicep and a really good challenge for your tricep muscles.
Oh yeah.
How close
Where
are your
did
hands
you
and feet?
pick up this torture device?
YouTube. I figured since I couldn't do it that well, I should bring it here so that we could practice together.
Great news. And done.
Nice. Go ahead and lay flat on your back and do absolutely nothing for a full 20 seconds.
That one's
20
definitely
seconds of corpse pose. That means you can lay straight out, legs and arms all the way out like a starfish and do nothing. Scan the body, check in. Whew. Good work. We're about to do squats, so savor this 20 seconds of rest. Catch your breath, get some water if you need to. The arms are done. The arms are done. All right, roll over to your side. Give yourself a few beats here before you lift up into seated position. Woo! From seated position, I want you to rest here. Sit up nice and tall. Press both of your hip bones into the earth underneath you evenly, not one side or the other. Sit up tall through the spine. Catch your breath. Now's a great time to bend those wrists and re-liquefy them by turning them a little bit. That'll add some synovial fluid into the joints, make them a little less sticky. My wrists are very not happy with any of that. So we're going into a supine position, meaning we're going face down. And from that position, we'll have our hands like we're about to do a crunch. But instead of doing a standard crunch down, we're going to try to lift our top of our body off the ground. So when you lay down on the ground, you can either use your hands and elbows like so and press into Sphinx pose like this, forehead, and then lift the chin. Or you can put the hands behind the back and lift like this.
Do you mind if I just do a bird dog, Rocky?
I would love if you did a bird dog. So let's do 1 minute of those reverse curls. A fine tip is to place both of your top of your feet on the ground, press the quads into the earth and the hips into the earth. You'll have a stable base to lift the shoulders and the chest off the ground. You'll feel your glutes come in line. You'll feel your back erectors come into line. Your shoulder blades will come online. Try to flap those elbows back like you're trying to make them touch behind your head. Your move for this is to roll to one side and bend the knee and stretch across the body.
1 minute.
Thank you. If you haven't stretched yet, now's a great time. You roll to one side, pull the knee up towards the chest, and reach the same side arm away from you to stretch across the body. Or you can do what Erica's doing, which is kind of like a windshield wiper with the knees going one side. The way that I'm doing it may adjust your spine, so be very careful with this if you don't want your spine to crack or pop. We don't want that. We just want you to gently stretch. Sometimes adjustments are normal and happen. This is going to be great for your pec minor, which is in the front of your chest, and great for the back, the glutes, and the lower back. We have one more move in the strength series. It's Sumo Squats. So once you've gotten your little stretches in, go ahead and go to hands and knees. Take a pause on hands and knees. You can do some spine circles here. You can also flip the hand so the palm is face up. And stretch the back of the wrists. Once you've gotten some stretch and some pause here, you can go to kneeling position and sit up nice and tall. Shoulders up to the ears, then down and back, squeezing shoulder blades together. Up towards the ears, down and back, squeezing shoulder blades together. I love this. This is a bonkers. Okay.
It is. It's bonkers. They're so good.
Super bonkers. I like it though. I like it a lot. Okay, y'all. So now we're going to do sumo squats, which means you need to get super wide squat position. So not as wide as the shoulders, a little wider than that. Toes can point out a little bit. Your point is to either go sit down and back and keep the chest forward and reach the hands forward, or to go down and back and reach all the way down. Try to keep the chest as up as you can in that. So a lot of times if you can't keep the chest up, you're just reaching straight out like this in your squat. Knees are going out wide. And I also love this move. This will be your rest move. If you need a rest today, you're going to do that hip move that Erica is doing, okay? 1 minute sumo squats.
You ready?
Ready.
And go.
Sumo squats. The wider, the better, folks. What we're trying to do is get that hip mobility working. So it may take a few squats in this position to feel like you can go all the way down. Or if you have a really great hip mobility, like you see Erica, all the way down, your chest can stay in this upward position. That's a really positive thing that you want to aim for. But until then, right here, the people with the tightest hips are going to be our masculine varieties of human.
Man. Yeah. I also did a lot of pliés as a child.
Done a lot of pliés in my days.
Yes. Make sure your toes and your knees are facing the same exact direction as well.
Good tip.
All right, that's it.
That's it. You can do this dance right here because you made it. Little hips, little movement, dropping them knees. Really find the circle here. There's a circle. There is one. You just don't have it yet, but you can get there. There you go. That's it. Good work, everybody. Them quads are on. I bet they are. So we're going to heel kicks as we start to cool down. We're doing heel kicks and joint mobility, so you can join Erica in hip mobility and heel kicks. or you can join me in upper body and arms and wrist mobility and heel kicks. But whatever you do, switch in between, okay? Good job. I have no idea. Yes, I have it at 7:12. Is that right?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, honey. Yeah.
No, I'm just making sure that we got good time.
But
That's
also,
great. We're
yeah.
gonna do a little cool down here. And I want you to just kick forward now, kicking forward, and go back to the arm swings, kicking forward and arm swings. You can grab an arm if you really want to, but it's not necessary. I like swinging the arms, swinging the hands, swinging the feet, kicking the feet. Go bonkers if you like. So what do we like about cool downs? What we like about cool downs is that we can do kind of anything that feels good in the body while also making sure that our heart rates come down to out of the stratosphere. If y'all heard about the meteor that exploded over Pittsburgh, we don't want our heart rates to be at that level. We want them to be, you know, like a baby seal that just got fed. We want to feel tired but engaged. And what we're going to do now is we're going to move into our neck mobility. So first things first, sit up nice and tall for me, bend those knees a little bit. And I want you to drop the shoulders down away from your ears, reach the top of your head up towards the sky. Almost like you can feel your neck kind of spread out in the back. Now drop your chin to your chest, ever so slightly. Don't fall the head forward and the shoulders forward. Shoulders back, head up super tall, and then barely bend your chin to your chest. You're gonna feel some stretches start to happen on the top of the shoulder. And as you push harder into your chest with your chin, you'll feel it go down the neck, down the mid back, down the arms. Push the shoulders down away from your neck. Tuck the chin in a little bit. You'll feel a little bit of stretch in the top of your pecs. Good. Now go back to center. The nostrils are parallel with the earth. And then reach your chin to the sky. Same way. Shoulders are down, relax, knees are bent, and then just reach up towards the sky with your chin. What really helps this one is if the top of your mouth, your tongue is touching the roof of your mouth. The whole tongue, press it to the top of your mouth and then kind of suck on the tongue a little bit. Then reach the chin to the sky and drop the shoulders. The front of your neck here should come in a little bit of stretch. Unclench the jaw and take all of that stretch right here to the front of the body. The chest, the sternum. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Push the heart forward. Good. Relax and come back to a neutral position. Now I want you to turn your head over to the right as far as you can make it go. Just slowly start to turn your nose so that slowly the nose starts to go over the shoulder. And you feel a little stretch right here in the front of, or the side of the neck, but now it's kind of the front of the neck. And then if that's about as far as you think you can go, I want you to breathe out and go about a half a millimeter more. And hold there. Turn your eyes so that you're trying to look behind your head like an owl. The eyes all the way to the right side, the chin to the right. Relax your jaw. And how do we relax our jaw if we don't know it's clenched? We do raspberries. Or we laugh. Ha 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 ha. Okay, and then we're slowly turning back to center. Good job. We're going the other way now. You don't have to like really undo that. Just slowly turn the other way. You don't have to do anything in between. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. Maybe one side is giving you more stretch than the other. That's good to note right now. If you think you can't go any farther to the side, breathe out and turn a half a centimeter more.
Man.
Turn those eyeballs all the way around so you can see directly behind you. Drop those shoulders down, relax the jaw. Your heart rate has returned to where it should be, but your body should still be fairly warm. And that's what we'll use, that warmth, to kind of finish our cool down and our stretch. Come back to center with that nose. Maybe you got some pops and cracks. You can take a moment and kind of shake that off. If that felt a little weird for you, shake it off. We're now moving into our shoulder mobility. One shoulder's coming up. We're bringing this hand to the front. So it's like I'm bringing my shoulder up. I'm poking myself in the shoulder. Now I'm bringing my elbow up to the top. Oh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Then we're taking this elbow around behind us. As far as you can, feel the shoulder blade come into a little bit of your strong man in it. Put a tight squeeze. Now bring the elbow in close to the rib cage and squeeze down here. Good. Now go back across the body with this shoulder. Elbow up past the nose and go one more time, a little faster this time. Really feel every bit of this rotation. Good. One more time. Woo, take it slow. My goodness gracious. That's a rotator. Good. Shake that off. Let's go the other way. Yes, we will do it backwards, but we're going the other side first. So shoulder up. Slap the hand in front. Elbow forward and up towards the sky. Then out and around. This shoulder is injured for me, so you'll notice that it has a little bit less range of motion. This is normal in folks that have, in general, but in injury, okay? Ooh, take it nice and slow, especially if this is an injured shoulder or you got a lot of pops and cracks. Bring that thing all the way across the body on this circle the next couple times. And really stretch to the top. Open that rib cage up. Exaggerate this movement. Good work. Oh my gosh, shake that off. We're gonna go the other side, other side. But I like this right here. I like this. That's a good move. That's good. What is this good for? It's good for the rib cage because we often forget to take our ribs with our shoulders. So they'll stay frozen down. They'll be knit down. Bring that whole rib cage, that whole top of the rib cage with you. Feel the stretch on the top of the hip. Good work. Now we're going backwards, which means the hand is still here, but this time we're squeezing into the rib cage and we're taking it around back and we're squeezing the shoulder blade. We might even feel that it's harder to squeeze the shoulder blade this way. Yeah, we're doing a different move. It's actually different. So if we move in this and we really squeeze the shoulder blade, make sure it's engaged. That's what we're going for. And the more across the body we can come on the front, the better. Oh my gosh. Excellent job, y'all. Your ribs will thank you. Your little chest will thank you. We're going the other side. This is the last move of these. So it's going down, scraping the side of the rib cage, the shoulders going back behind, elbows behind, lifting it up, and then bringing it forward and across the body. Everybody moves slightly different, so it may look different than what I'm showing, but you get the idea. It's a chicken wing that's gone out of control. The stretch should not only be in your shoulder. I hope I've made that clear. It's in your ribs, it's in your hips, it's in your shoulder, the side of your neck, okay? Good job. Once you've gotten there, this is the fun part, a little carousel. We're just swaying our hands left to right. Top body is twisting. It's slowing the heart rate down, telling us it's time to eat soon. Kind of wrenching on the vagus nerve. Make sure your pelvis is not falling forward the whole time. Adjust where the pelvis is by bending the knees and sitting back, but keep doing the twists. You get different stretch receptors in every move, so play with this. Good. We're going nice and wide. These are our final falls here. We're going to do a fall forward. Big rainbow arms up to the sky. Grab the arms at the top. You can point your fingers like you're going, put them up, Point your fingers to the sky, drop the shoulders down. Now lean over. Try to make this line on this side be a one direct line, one straight line. Don't lean over too far. Try to make that a straight line. Push into the heel of that same side. Push through the shoulders of that same arm. There you go. Good. Now I'm a clock. And my clock, my second hand is going around and around. So I'm a clock. My second hand is going around and around in this direction. Keep it nice and long and spread out, but be a clock hand. Do that 3 times. Woo, take it slow. Oh my goodness gracious. Good job. Relax the arms. We're going the other side, but relax the arms for a moment. Notice what you notice about that move. We got Erica feeling loose. I hope everybody's feeling loose. We're going back up to the top. Clasping the hands at the top, your gun fingers in the front, reaching up to the top. Lean over to the opposite side. Feel this nice long line come into stretch. Pushing through the heel, pushing up through the fingers. Drop those shoulders down. And now you're a clock. There you go. A slowly ticking clock. Takes you a full minute to get all the way back to the top. Not really, but imagine that it does. Oh yeah. Really turn and exaggerate your hips, like turn your body against your hips. And really exaggerate how much you can turn. Stretching the inner thigh, outer hip. Good job. When you get to the top of this, drop the arms down. Walk it off. Walk it off. We're going to do one more stretch because I could tell that Erica hated that toe stretch, which lets me know we need to do it more. So you're going to get in a kneeling position. Your toes are going to be bent back to start. Okay? So we're going to our hands and knees kneeling. Our toes are bent back, and then we're sitting back on these toes. You don't have to have the heels touch the hips, but you do need to sit back and sit your chest up and feel the actual toes bend. We're going to stay for a few seconds here, and then we're going to do it the opposite way.
Oh, no.
Mobility and flexibility are everywhere. The tiniest muscle in your toe to the tiniest muscle in your eyelid, they're all connected. And so if you have tension in one place, it isn't just in that one place. It's in another place or two, okay? This matters when we talk about longevity of the body. Flexibility is very important. So now we're gonna flip the toes underneath. It will feel a little sticky. Take your time. You might want to like drum the toes on the ground a little. And now you're pushing the toes down, you're curling them in, and you're keeping the heels up, and you're just sitting back a little bit. You're just putting enough pressure. See how I'm kind of balancing myself on my curled toes, and now I can sit my hips down and up, and that gets like a little stretch in them boys right there, a little stretch in them bad boys. That's what we want. Ooh wee. I never do this, so I'm being accountable with you as a team. Good. Come back to the middle. Drum those little toes. Drum those little toes on the floor. Woo! Come to seated, and let's just check in real quick before we end. How's everybody doing 2022 so far? Oh wait, we gotta say goodbye. Hey YouTube. Hey, wait, YouTube, wait. Come work out with us.
Yeah.
Right, Erica? They should come work out with us, right?
Come work out with us. Come to Rocky's Power Time and work out with Erica Nix.
Yeah. We'll see you next Thursday.
Bye.